Real quickly, I want to go over how to do a website newsfeed and update that information before we get into preparing the media and writing the post, which are the two main steps and some of the options within that step. I want to first talk about the website itself and make sure everybody understands how it's laid out. The number one problem with running a website is content management. It's not the pictures, it's not the font, it's not the tech programming behind it. It's not even what they call the architecture of how it's laid out. What syncs a web page is content management. If the information is not correct and pertinent in terms of timeliness, then it becomes unused, and once it's unused, now you've got a broken communication system. In order to solve that, everything on the website is static information. Think updated once a year. When we go to these site level menus, this is all static information. Should not change, but once a year. So when I go to the counseling page, first off, notice counseling here under Salida High School takes me here. Counseling, it takes me, I have 10 doors to the same page. These links, this text, these email links, this bullying report changes maybe once a year. We'll update it. It's static information. The only two places for dynamic information, think, is this information going to be meaningful or important to anyone in 3 months, in 6 months? For instance, this picture is really important right now, but in 6 months we're going to be living in a building. This picture will no longer be important. What we're going to care about is us walking through the front doors of that building. That's the difference between dynamic information we find in the news feeds and static information we find here. If you want to change static information, that means you should work with myself or with William. That would be changing these pieces here for static information. If it's dynamic, put it here. The secretary's been asked to handle the dynamic information. One main reason is the secretaries have a better understanding of which kids can have their pictures published and which do not. They are our best link to trying to manage that. So you've got one dynamic piece here. You've got a second dynamic spot, which is the calendar. Dates are always changing. Remember, you can toggle and just look at what matters to you. And you are in charge as a secretary of your building calendar, your site calendar. When you adjust it, if you delete an event, it automatically and immediately deletes here. If you add an event, it automatically and immediately is added here. Here is some static information. Here's the calendar. Show you again. So when we get the new calendar for next year, it will appear here under calendar. And here's where you find it. This is static. This is dynamic, and the other place for dynamic information is in the news feeds. Some things just to remind you of under district, because these two places may not be something you worry about as a site level leader in your role, but under district, you've got Board of Education. Here are the policies. Here's the board agendas and minutes. So as soon as the March agenda is set, Brandon comes in and sets this here so anyone can have the most up-to-date agenda. Here are the minutes already ready to go for people to review. You'll also find under district curriculum. This is on the public side. You'll find all of our community partners and their websites. You will find here's employment opportunities. Here's how people get a hold of the facility, but you can access that through almost anywhere, the facility use. Under district, you will see strategic plan. It's right here. This is what we're trying to tackle. Here's the vision. Here's how it gets put in place. The other place that may not affect you, you've got your email under staff, your server space, Infinite Campus, Alpine Achievement. Staff forms is very important. Here's where when people say, I don't know where the form is, it's right here. Tuition reimbursement, sick leave, weekly timesheets. You'll see here 2013-14 testing windows. There's so much new testing that's messing with our calendar this year. Here's where you find that information that the CMAS test is happening right here after spring break. Here are all the windows to help you with that piece. You'll also, if you understand professional development, so anytime this is where people register for things. Here's that 13-14 testing window again. Here's the agenda for Friday and upcoming pieces plus other trainings. Here are trainings. If you want acuity, here's black and white. Here's video tutorials. It's all built there for you, ready to go when you want it. Curriculum maps for teachers. This is not available to anyone else but staff. Requires an @salidasschools.org email to get into it, and the password Spartan123. Again, if it's a password coming from my team, it'll be Spartan123. Try that always. And there's our curriculum. But what we're most interested in today is this news feed. We're not talking about the calendar dynamic information, we're talking about the news feed. Let's start right off and look at why did Crest Academy's project time not have a picture to it. This button right here will flip you. When you log in, you'll go to the dashboard. Anytime you want to see the front side, you click on that button. You're only going to see the posts that you're responsible for. I can see them all. I'm interested in this one that didn't have a picture that came up, project time. So I'm going to click on it. I'm going to get in there. I've got 3 sentences or 2 sentences. I've added an image. I've got a title. I've connected it in categories to Crest. There is no featured image down here. I choose a featured image. I set the featured image. I update. I go back to the front side. That's how fast it happens. So if I find a mistake, it's very easy to fix. So let's go in. How did I do all that? I flipped through it quick. The first thing that you're going to be doing is you have to prepare the media. There are 3 options for doing that. Let's first look at, when I get, frequently, I will get an email like this from Jim that says winter sports season, the academic awards. Well, that's not important in the spring, so this is dynamic information. I do not post this anywhere else but in the news feed. And I have a photo. So I go in here, first step, download the photo. There it is. If you're using Chrome, it'll appear here. If you're using Mozilla, it'll appear up here in a little arrow. Control J, or Command J will open up all the downloads for you. You come over to here, I can go New Media, or if I just logged in and I'm on the dashboard side, New Media, Add New. There are 3 ways you can do it. Let's find that file. There's the file. I open it. I upload it. There we go. And so I have uploaded a photo directly to the website. I prepared the media. Let's write a post. So I'm going to go to Posts, Add New, or I can go New, Post. First thing I do, give it a title. The shorter the better. I'm going to write 3 to 5 sentences. In this case, I have more. I'll add the media. I'll check the site level category. I'll go through these steps. Let's give it a title. In order to do that, I'm going to take what the person wrote me. Winter Sports Season's Academic Awards. That's what I'm going to use. Winter Sports Season Academic Awards. There's my title. I'm going to add an image right away. Add media. There's that file. I'm going to go here. I'm going to hit return. See the cursor? I'm going to come over to this email. There's my text. I haven't read it. I haven't worried about it. I posted in. I look at it and see if I like the way it looks. I'm just worrying about looks. If Jim didn't do spelling right, that is his mistake on sending this out as a news release. I've got an image. I've added, in this case, much more than 3 to 5 sentences. Title, 3 to 5 sentences, add media. We're now going to do 4, 5, and 6. Check site level category. Here's categories. This is an activity. So I click Activities. I scroll to the bottom. I set a featured image. I choose the image. You will only see the images that you have uploaded. I scroll back up. I look under Publish. Currently it's going to publish immediately. We'll look and see what that looks like. And I hit publish. I go back to the front side. I look under activities, and there it is. I check it. Looks good. Text all came up. No links to check. It's good to go. Brandy gives me a call and says, David, I didn't want that post to appear until next week. Oh, I'm sorry. Edit post. You can edit the post that you have posted. What I'm going to do is she wants to see it next week. I edit published on. I'm going to have it published on the 21st. Hit OK. I schedule it or update it or publish it. Go back to the front side. Sorry about my phone in the background. I look at activities, and here's state wrestling. When I go to activity news, you'll notice the most awesome one. There's that same picture we used. There is your newsletter. When that next one publishes this weekend on the 21st, which is Friday, it'll just appear right here. So I always have a running news feed. But let's realize, oh, I already used this picture. I didn't want that. Okay. Let's go over to the dashboard. Let's go to posts. All posts will show you the ones you're in charge of. Here's winter sports. You'll notice Crest Academy. There's one scheduled. So I put a bunch in there, and they will come up on dates. So I can do 5 or 6 newsfeed posts all at one sitting, so I don't have to worry about it, and I can schedule them out. It's very helpful. I'm going to come in here and go, I really didn't want to use that picture. Maybe I want to keep that picture in there, but the picture up in the front, let's say here, I don't like that one. So I'm going to come over here and I'm going to Google academic awards. And I'm going to go images. I'm going to go, oh, I like that. And I'm going to right click. I'm going to save the image as. Now, I'm going to prepare the media. So we've done number 2, uploading clip art. Let's say you don't have a neat picture. Just go grab clip art like I just showed you. Save it. Come over here. We're going to do new media. We are going to select files. Here's that clip art I just saved. Once you notice, this is a PNG file or a JPEG file. JPEG or PNG. There it is. Let's go back to our post now. Here's the winter sports. We go in there. We'll keep this. We're going to go down to the bottom. We're going to set our featured image. We're going to choose academic awards, the clip art. There it is, featured image. Come back up. We've got it scheduled. We update it. If we look at it, this is what it'll look like, but up here, what will appear is that the picture will appear right here will be the clip art I just showed rather than the swimmer. It's another option. I'll show you one more thing, uploading a PDF into Drive. Stick with me now. Okay, one of the things we need to frequently do is to give documents. For instance, under staff, professional development, here's a testing window. This is not an image, but a PDF functions like an image. How do I get this document to appear? It's frequently what principals are asking for right now, help on this piece. This is how you do it. Come over to your document. File. Find the save. Save as. If you just save it, it'll save it as a doc. DOCX. Hit save as. Look for the format somewhere on your menu. Change it to a PDF. Save it. Okay. When I save as, I always check, am I saving it to the desktop? If I don't know where to put it, I put it on the desktop. Then come over here. Preparing the media. I'm preparing a PDF by putting it into Google Drive. I'm logged in. If you're not sure where to put it, I have a web folder called Web Page. I click Upload, Files. Sorry about the phone. And let me just see if we can find it, and it's not appearing there. So for whatever reason, it's not appearing as a new PDF, so I just need to update something. I upload it, click share. I find the word share. Under share, who has access? I change this. Anyone with the link. That means it's public, but it's not Googleable. This is how we lock things down so only staff can see it. So it starts lockdown and you increase it. I take this link, I copy it, I go over to the web page. Let's say I wanted in that post that we've been working on, I really want that document to be accessible. I highlight, I go here to this chain. I paste the link in, I click open link in a new tab or window, I click add link, I click update. Let's go look at it. There's the link, what it'll appear when it appears on Friday the 21st. And there is the document. Everything worked. That's how you do it. You go, oh, I really don't like that. Let's get in there and edit that post. Let's highlight. Let's unclick. Let's update. Let's check it out. It's gone. Dynamic newsfeed. As soon as you add something here, there's that. If you go to Salida Middle School news, there's your running newsletter. Call me with any questions, or William can help you as well. Thanks.